Surah Al-Buruj, the Constellations, chapter 85 of the Quran, recounts the story of the people of the ditch who were persecuted for their faith and thrown into a fiery pit, emphasizing the inevitability of divine judgment and the rewards for those who persevere in faith. God's curse on the companions of the trench. The surah tells about the persecution of the believers. Punishment to those who have tortured the believers, and that their end will be the same as that of previous nations. The Arabic word Burj is defined in several ways. The word is the plural of Burj, which means tower or fort, something that you can see from a distance. This is a story God curses a group of people referred to as the companions of the trench. These are a people who committed a genocide against a group of believers. There once was a king who wished to replace his aging court magician with a young boy. It then became his habit that on his way to the magician, he would meet the monk and stay with him, and when he arrives at the magician used to beat him because of this delay. This young boy, even as he became an apprentice of the court magician, also came under the tutelage of a wise monk. He complained about this to the monk, who said to him, "When you feel afraid of the magician, say, 'Members of my family had delayed me.' And when you fear your family, say, 'The magician delayed me.'" It so happened that there came a huge beast and it blocked the way of the people, and the boy said, "I will know today whether the magician or the monk is better." He picked up a stone and said, "O Allah, if the monk is dearer to you than the magician, bring about death to this beast so that the people be able to move about freely." He threw that stone at it and killed it, and the people began to move about freely. He then came to the monk and told him the story. The monk said, "Son, today you are superior to me. You have come to a stage where I feel that you would be soon put to a trial, and in case you are put to a trial, do not reveal anything about me." The boy began to heal those born blind and the vitiligo-stricken, and he, in fact, began to cure people from all kinds of illnesses. When a courtier of the king who had gone blind heard about him, he came to him with numerous gifts and said, "If you cure me, all these things will be yours." The young boy eventually understood that the religion of the monk was the truth, while the religion of the magician and king was false. The boy began to cure the blind and the sick, calling people to God. When the king discovered that his former magician in training was calling people to worship God instead of himself, he ordered him killed. Though the king successfully killed the monk who had taught the boy about God, he could not kill the boy himself. Every time he and his soldiers tried, the boy miraculously survived. Eventually the boy told the king how to kill him, by public execution. The king did as the boy instructed and secured the result he wanted. The boy was dead. Yet the public execution backfired. Rather than frighten the masses, the execution only persuaded them of the truth of the boy's preaching. More people than ever converted to monotheism. The king, as tyrannical as ever, decided to massacre all the people who had converted. So he built trenches and began burning the believers alive en masse. The people had the choice of either recanting their faith or being burned alive. They chose to die rather than leave the truth. In this situation, a mother and her young child were about to be thrown into the pit of fire. The mother hesitated, but then her child, an infant, miraculously spoke. It is said that the boy was brought to the king, then handed him over to a group of his courtiers, and the king said to them, "Take him to such and such mountain, make him climb up that mountain, and when you reach its peak ask him to renounce his faith. If he refuses to do so, push him to his death." Oh, they took him and made him climb up the mountain, and he, the boy, supplicated, "O Allah, save me from them in any way you like," and the mountain began to shake and they all fell down, dead, and that boy came walking to the king. The king said to him, "What happened to your companions?" The king again handed him to some of his courtiers and said, "Take him and carry him in a boat, and when you reach the middle of the sea, ask him to renounce his religion. If he does not renounce his religion, throw him into the water." So they took him, and he, the boy, supplicated, "O Allah, save me from them." The boat turned upside down and they all drowned except the boy who came walking to the king. The king said to him, "What happened to your companions?" He, the boy, said, Allah has saved me from them, and he said to the king, you cannot kill me until you do what I command you to do. The king asked, what is that? He, the boy, said, gather all people in one place and tie me up to the trunk of a tree, then take an arrow from my quiver and say, in the name of Allah, the Lord of the boy, then shoot me. If you do that, you will be able to kill me. The king called the people in an open field and tied the boy to the trunk of a tree. He took out an arrow from his quiver, fixed in the bow, and said, "In the name of Allah, the Lord of the boy." He then shot the arrow and it hit the boy's temple. The boy placed his hand upon the temple where the arrow had hit him and died. The people then said, "We believe in the Lord of this boy. We believe in the Lord of this boy." The king was told, "Do you see what you were afraid of? By Allah, it has taken place. All people have believed." The king then commanded that trenches be dug and fire lit in them, and said, "He who would not turn back from the boy's, religion, throw him in the fire, or he would be ordered to jump into it." They did so till a woman came with her child. She felt hesitant in jumping into the fire. The child said to her, "O mother, endure this ordeal, for you are on the right path." If you like my videos, please like and subscribe to my channel.